Hey guys, Coy Layman. Today I want to talk to you about my Recon 120 HD setup from Wilderness Systems. It's paired with an 1103 AC Torqeedo motor. I do not have the pedal drive head in the kayak today because I want to show you a setup that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to buy the HD version. The HD version of this kayak simply means it comes pre-installed with a pedal drive system. It's an awesome system, and it's probably one of my favorite systems to actually fish with. But I do understand of buying a pedal drive kayak and putting a motor on a kayak may be something that's just not possible all at one time. So let's go through this setup. I'm going to show you, I call this the keep it simple setup for the Recon. Everything is here that I need, but it's very simple. Everything is tucked away and in its place. So I hope someone gets some useful information out of this or tips. And hey, let's get started. All right, guys, let's get started. Let's start up at the front. So just a couple of really simple basic things. So I have a tether cord a friend of mine made from paracord on the front handle. It's tucked away in the front hatch. It's long enough for me to put it on and off my trailer, and it's a valuable tool. The second thing you'll see attached here is my anchor system. So it's a super simple system. I use the Anchor Wizard for it, low profile Anchor Wizard. Grab them at Fishing Online. They'll be at your door in a couple days. The anchor line is through a Wilderness Systems slide track tie down. They're concaved. They're super nice for routing lines down your kayak. Then I have a Yak Attack stealth pulley up front. And the biggest reason for this is this kayak has horizontal rod storage. And I don't want to cover up where my rod tips will be with my anchor line. So this pulley helps me keep the anchor line in place and out of the way of the rods. So it's just tethered to a piece of paracord on my handle with a carabiner. So when the anchor is deployed, the line will actually run through this carabiner and act as a pulley and down into the water. And then when I'm not using it, it's in the current position, so everything's tightened up and in its place. Not going to get a bunch of tangles. So let's talk about this front storage hatch. This is probably one of the, if not probably, this is the best storage hatch that Wilderness Systems has come up with since the attack. So it's the same kind of concept. The latches are single pull, one-handed. You open the latch and you get this awesome storage bin. I have a few things in here, not a whole lot. So I'll stow my fish finder in there, my Aqua batteries when everything's kind of tore down. And this bin actually comes out in one piece, so you have haul access to this entire kayak through this giant opening. It has a really great watertight seal all the way around. This is a great setup. I've used it for quite a while now. Water stays out. It's been really good. We'll move on down through here. My Lowrance is a Lowrance 7 Elite TI2, and it is setting on a Yak Attack mount made specifically for it. Available at Fishing Online. One flip of the lever and it comes clear off. You can mount it anywhere that you have gear track. I'm old school with my fish finders, so I just have an old school ram tube rod holder, and all I do with this rod holder is it's for staging my rod, changing baits. If I catch a fish, if I'm standing and fishing, you can just throw it in that straight up and down tube. The seat kind of has a lot going on. So these seats that you get are really awesome. They're super comfortable. But I had to go with the kayak cushion with the Mountain State Kayak Anglers logo. It's a custom cushion. Hey, check them out. It's a great product. Do you need this big cushion for this seat? Absolutely not. It's very comfortable. I think you'll love it. I have a thermarest backrest, or a lumbar support on the back. I don't think you can get these anymore. I've been buying the Wonder Rolls from Amazon. They're the same concept, so they're foam filled, they're self-inflating. I just happen to have this old one left, and that's what I'm using. Buck splitters mounted right to the side of the seat. Up front, I put a storage pouch and a Wilderness System retractable tether. That's where I keep my phone. It's just, that pouch is just zip tied on. Super simple. The Torqeedo throttle, we'll talk about it since we're right here. So it is mounted with, Wilderness System sells it's a one is ram ball setup, and it's marketed, or it's sold for the Helix motor drive. It's a throttle holder, and all it is a one is ram ball setup. But the great product is going to be this clamp that goes around the tubing. You can get those on Amazon. Check the comments, I'll put a link in there for it. If I forget, let me know. But the great thing is if you want to start paddling with the throttle position here like this, you just loosen it up and fold it down out of your way, and now you can start paddling and nothing's in your way. As I mentioned, these kayaks have horizontal rod storage. It's absolutely amazing. So what's convenient about this is, actually, if you know and watch any of my videos, I'm a big river fisherman. And having your rods stowed out of the way is great for river fishing, because one of the biggest obstacles or things you have to get around on a river is not getting your rod stuck in a treetop. So there's a lash point here. I put up to 2 rods, sometimes 3 if I'm trying to cram things in each side of this, and then you just lash it down over top your rods, and everything's secure. So the back of the seat, Wilderness System gear pouch, it just bungee cords on the back. So if you want to move it to somewhere else, you can. If you want to switch it to another seat, another kayak, you can. Super simple. This seat actually comes out really easy. So you have, let's get this up out of the way. So you have on both sides of the seat a thumb screw here and a thumb screw here. Take those loose, the backside pockets out of this pocket, and your entire seat comes out. The seat is adjustable with a lever here. The whole seat moves back and forth one-handed. Super convenient. It's a really great yet simple design, and Wilderness Systems did a great job with that seat. Go to the back. So the back hatch, the back storage area, I have the Wilderness System kayak crate. I love this thing. It is has top storage, or you can open it up here for bottom storage. I have several boxes in there, bait bags. I love the Catch carbonate board. So with the Wilderness crate, I moved my rod holders back a little bit, gave me some room to put the catch board mount. It's not tied in, but it's super tight, super secure. It's not going to fall out on you. Torqeedo battery. So on these kayaks, you are given, underneath the kayak, there are 2 spots where you can mount transducers, whichever side you pick. So when you mount your transducer down here, if that's what you want to do, it comes up through the scupper hole, and your transducer line goes through a molded tube. Then you get a through-hole wiring kit to take it to the front. It's also a great setup. I use the molded in anchor points for my Torqeedo battery so that I don't lose that battery. Talk about the Torqeedo a little bit. So this is the Torqeedo 1103. This is 3 horsepower equivalent motor, and my mount is set on gear tracks. They're double flange Yak Attack gear tracks with thumb screws. So the reason I do this, these motors are great, awesome quality motors. I highly recommend them, but they cost money, good money. So this system allows me to take this motor mount off and switch it to another kayak if I want for the day. It helps justify the cost a little better when you can use this motor on multiple different kayaks. This thing is a power horse. You know, I get 6 miles an hour or better in this giant Recon. It's a valuable tool. It makes life great out there on the water. And one of the last screenshots I took of my throttle, the Torqeedo throttle will actually show you, depending on your throttle position, how many more miles of range you have to go. And it's live. It tells you, you know, if you throttle up a little higher throttle, obviously your range is going to go down. But the less power you consume, the more range you're going to have. I was running almost 4 miles an hour in one of my last runs, and I had at 100% battery over 50-mile range. It's phenomenal. So let's keep moving around the kayak. The kayak has, for your lift line on your Torqeedo and your reverse line. So there are molded in, I guess, oversized rudder tubing is what it reminds me of. And it runs through the hull of the kayak to both sides of your seat. So the lift line comes out here, and using the hardware that comes with the Torqeedo, this is my lift line. So see if we can get this to work here with one hand. So if I want to lower it, I just pull that up, lower it down. If I want it back up, I pull it, and then it stops it. It's super simple, just like this kayak was made for a Torqeedo. And the reverse line is on the other side. It comes out right here on this side of the seat, and if you want to reverse, you pull this temporarily, let it back, and that's how the motor's locked down for your reverse. Back over, but you know, the marine board they used here to make the pockets for the seat hold down, it's a perfect place to mount this, and it keeps the horizontal rod storage area open and free. So the paddle, let's talk about the paddle. You can see there is some wear to this paddle. This is my Wilderness Systems Alpha Carbon paddle. These paddles have proven to be awesome. All kinds of abuse, and there's still no chunks or anything out of it. Plenty of scrapes, but it's still in perfect shape. And the great thing about the Wilderness kayak paddles is not only they're a really good quality paddle, but they're also all adjustable from 240 centimeters up to 260, every one of them. So no matter which paddle you get or what kayak you have, it's going to be the right length for you because it's very adjustable. The Torqeedo steering is done with my feet. So this is the Wilderness Systems foot control, foot steering. You can get these kits through any Wilderness Systems dealer or online. And these replace your factory foot pegs. And then the steering line or cable runs through rudder tubing that are in front of the foot control. You will have to install rudder tubing on this kayak if you want foot control. So make sure you get that tubing. It's not too bad to install. There's several videos out online. And then my steering cable comes out right here and right here. And that's what controls the motor steering. I have, from fishing online, a Yak Attack double paddle holder. These things are really nice. They're convenient. So when I want to use my motor, the paddle comes in and out. Super easy. If you need it in a hurry, you got it. And then the great thing about these two, when it's time to throw this kayak on a trailer or you're going to store it, loosen this a bit. You can spin it around, tighten it back down, and it's out of the way. The last thing I'll show you, this is totally homemade setup. So I have a Lowrance 3-in-1 total scan transducer, and I'm not using the pedal drive currently. And I guess I just wanted to experiment. So my transducer, see if we can see it. The transducer is under the kayak here. Okay. And it's all the way down. So if I want to pull it up, try to do this one-handed. I have a carabiner here so it doesn't go all the way through. All I have to do is lift this up and pin it down. I'll put the carabiner in this hole, or part way down I have another adjustment here where it goes down and locks over, and then I'd pin it right there. So that would be in that position. Have a look under the kayak now. Now it's up, tucked in the hull, so it's not going to get hit, but still usable. So if I want to use side scan, I throw it down, lock it over. Now I'm going to use side scan. And if I really want it up all the way, so I'm not going to drag anything, I can pull it up in this position, lock the pin down. It's just something I'm trying out. But I wanted to show everybody that. Maybe it'll spark some ideas with you. Anyways, thank you for watching. This is a great kayak, and paired with this Torqeedo is even better. If you have any questions, comment below. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Take care.